Dum dum, deedle dum dum, deedle dum dum, deedle dum dum. There was a turtle by the name of Gurt, and Gurt the turtle was very alert. When danger threatened him, he never got hurt. He knew just what to do. He duck and cover, duck and cover. He did what we all must learn to do. You and you and you and you, duck and cover.
Be sure to remember what Gurt the Turtle just did, because we all must do the same thing. That's what this film's about. Duck and cover. This is an official film for AP World History, produced in hopes for an A+. This is a recreation of the original Bert the Turtle for the modern times, featuring Timothy Sohn, Thomas Sandifer, Merrick Troller, and Ethan Arroyo.
Produced by Timmy Tim Productions.
The Chuz are currently learning about what to do in case of a nuclear bomb threat. The teacher, John P. McKay's son, is teaching them what ducking and covering is. They are currently practicing to duck and cover, but it's tricky. The nuclear bomb is extremely dangerous and as massive as a low taper fade meme. It can wipe out an entire city. They must be prepared.
Woo!
A sunburn hurts, right? Well, a nuclear bomb gives you one 6-7 times worse, especially when you're not covered. It feels like being the last man standing against the gorilla. This is why we practice to duck and cover.
Chat, these chopped-off kids were hanging out at the park, but then they heard the alarms go off, so they took shelter inside of the bathroom. They're very smart and quick thinking. This 6'3" nonchalant dreadhead was walking next to a wall when he heard the big flash. He used his bag to duck and cover next to the wall. His quick thinking was able to save him from the burns. John P. McKay's son couldn't hear his podcast about women's representation in government because it was connected to his Hellcat, but he still ducked and covered by rolling under the bench. What this person is doing is smart, but can also be very dangerous. He was able to jump into a bush nearby when he heard the big boom, just like the first person that had to fight the gorilla.
Anyone could be going for a relaxing bike ride, but then Ethan ducked and covered under his bike and waited for a civil defense worker. When the worker comes, that means it's safe and you are free to leave. This is almost worse than a job application. And if Ethan didn't duck and cover, he would have to take a shower. If you are doing your typical morning routine, you still need to be prepared for anything.
Thank you.
Even though this boy was going for a swim, he is still ready to duck and cover. This is why we must always be prepared to duck and cover.